Hello again, all my friends. It's Mr. Benjamin here. I'm having some issues right now with Miss Terrio and Miss Podlipsky. They're actually behind me arguing about alligator clips. And when I say alligator clips, I don't mean like that, the reptile that, oh, this is a horrible alligator. Hold on, he's got a tail. I'm recording, yes.
You are?
Alligator. Alligator, right? Is it 2 L's? Gay. Tour.
Alligator.
Question mark? Okay, let's get rid of that. Miss Terrio's back so we can actually begin now. This is our second data management video, and this is on percents and how to find them and how to use them, and it's basically everything about percents, isn't it? Stereo, do you know why they're called percents?
No, I don't know.
No? Well, you know, when you go to buy something, you have to pay per cent, you know? Ha 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 ha. Mr. Benjamin is always with his great jokes.
Per every cent?
For every cent.
Oh. And this is Mrs. Stereo. Happy to be here.
Mrs. T. Beautiful. So what are we going to start with? Our learning goals?
Yes. Well, at the end of this video, you will be able to calculate a percent of a number.
Mm-hmm.
And also you will be able to express a percent as a fraction or decimal.
So nothing too difficult. It's going to be a quick video. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's something that you already have, learned about it. So we're going to do a little bit of problems that are a little bit more complex because you're in grade 7, right?
Or 8.
Or 8.
Or 9.
That's true.
You never know.
All right. So I'm going to start with the percent of a number. Okay. So now to find the percent of a number, I'm going to give you steps. Okay. So I'm going to give you steps. I'm going to give you an example. So if I write this 55%, this 55% can be expressed as a fraction like this, 55 for every 100. And also, this can be also expressed as a decimal. What this line in here means is that you are dividing 55 divided by 100, and it will give you a 0.55. So these 3 expressions that you see in here are the same thing. They have the same value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 55% can be represented as a fraction, 55 over 100, or it can be represented as a decimal.
So if, Ms. Terrio, if I had a quiz and say I got 15 out of 20, what would that mean?
15 out of 20. So
Mm-hmm.
that means that you have 15 out of 20, and then I think later on Mr. Benjamin is going to explain how to calculate
how
the
to get
percent of
that. Beautiful.
Yes,
Will do.
that's correct. Okay, now again, I am going to take this percent. Oops, sorry.
You're going to erase it is what you're going to do, apparently.
No, I'm not. Okay. So I am going to take this percent, 55, to find, let's say, I'll give you an example, 55% of a number. And I'm going to see that is, let's say, 150. So how do you find that? So the first thing that you have to do, okay, the first thing, please.
Step 1?
Yeah. So that will be your step 1, okay? Convert. You have to convert the percent to a decimal. Okay, so to convert the percent to a decimal, you do this here. You divide 55 divided by 100. 55 divided by 100, it gives you 0.55. Okay, once you have that, oh, I'm not having enough space in here. When you have that, you have to go for step 2.
Erase it right
here. Your step 2 in here, okay? Your step 2 should be, you take this decimal, you take the 0.55, and you're going to times. Multiply, sorry. You're going to multiply this 150. So you multiply the 150, and that will give you 8.25, decimal 25. So 0.55
You sure about that, Mysterio?
times 150,
8.25?
it should give you...
Because the way I see it
that's
is...
That's
Because half of 150, 0.55 is very close to half, right? So half of 150 should give me 75. So I think the
82,
decimal place is in the wrong spot.
I'm sorry, it's 82.5.
82.5.
Right. Yeah, 82.5. So 82.5 should be the percent of...
That's 55% of 150, right?
Yeah.
Now, just because I don't think we can see it down here, I'm just going to write it up here. So step 2 was 0.55 times 150, or multiplied by 150, and that should give us 82.5. So if you walk into a store and a pair of shoes or a shirt costs $150, it would be a really, really nice shirt because it's $150, and it was 55% off. Before tax, your price would be $82.50.
Yeah.
Sound good?
That sounds good.
So now if we want to find the actual percent from a number or a fraction, this is slightly different, but it's actually the same thing at the same time. So if I had, for example, the fraction of 19 out of 25, I would have to do the exact same thing and get that number into a decimal. The way we can do that is, if we don't have a calculator especially, we almost always want to convert out of 100, because 100% is one whole, right? What we're saying is this fraction is 19 parts out of 25. So if I had a piece of pie here and I cut it into 25 pieces, which I'm not going to be able to do because it's a really, really, really lot of pieces, and I had 19 of them, which is, I don't know, about that much, maybe more. Anyways, if I had all of that, it would be a certain percentage of the whole pie. So how do I get 25 to 100? Forget about the percent, just to 100. 25 to 100.
So how many times 25 is in 100? It should be 4.
Four
right?
times. I'm going to multiply that by 4, right? That gets us to 100.
That's correct.
Whatever I do to the bottom number, so in a fraction, if I have 1 over 2, this is the numerator, and this is the denominator. And these are terms that you've heard before. Denominator, not demon. Denominator. Ha 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 ha. I am the denominator. Whatever I do to the numerator, I have to do to the denominator. So if I multiply the denominator by 4, I have to multiply the numerator by 4. So 19 times 4 should give us something really, really close to 80, but it's not 80, 76. There we go.
6 divided by 100. Perfect.
So now I know that this fraction is equal to 76%. Or if I needed it as a decimal, it would be equal to 0.76. Should we do one more example?
Okay, there's another way to do it.
There's another way.
Can I just show it?
This is the Ecuadorian way?
Oh, no. This is a way that a lot of people do.
Okay.
So
I'm not a lot of people, apparently.
No, I am going to take, probably you'll find it easier.
I'm just going to leave them.
No, don't leave. Okay, so look, I'm gonna get your same example here. So it's 19 and 25. So you see, percent is something that you can go over 100%. So what you can do is 19, you divide by 25, right? And you times 100. Okay, so when you, on your test, let's say that's out of 25, and you got 19, how are you going to find that percent? The percent is that your numerator is going to always be less than the denominator, and then you times 100, and that is going to give you a 76%. It's another way of doing it. Okay, so in your quizzes, you get the mark. You can have, if it's out of 25, you cannot have 26 out of 25, right? So you have to have 25 out of 25. That's your 100% test. But if you get 19 and you want to know how much you got, so you're going to get that. So I don't know if that will help.
Mysterio has managed to turn our 5-minute video into a 10-minute video. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even bother erasing it all. See, it's back. Ha ha ha. All right, we're going to try this. First thing we want you to do is find 7% of 40. The whole number is 40, and I want to know what 7% of it is. I'll give you a hint. 10% of 40 is 4. So should 7% be more or less than 4?
That will be more or less than 4.
It'd be less than 4, right? So your answer should be less than 4.
Yeah, 7%
Yeah?
is less.
The next question we want you to do is find the percents of 38 out of 72. For example, if you had a test and you got 70, or it was out of 72 marks, and you got 38, what is the percentage of that? Find that out for us. One more big try this. Now this is a real world problem because we all have to go shopping and have to buy stuff. So you want to buy a pair of Jordans. I know this is not what the Jumpman logo looks like, but I couldn't draw it. If I had drawn it, I would be sued by Jordan. So let's say these Jordans are 40% off, and they cost $199. 99.99. You think that's a fair price?
$199?
Yeah, $199.
No way. The Jordans are $399.
$399 for a pair of Jordans?
$299.
What kind of shoes are you buying this
Well,
year?
those are
Okay,
that's
we'll say,
so expensive.
We'll say $2.99.
Sure.
Dollar sign. 2.9. Nope, that's
No,
$2.99.
$2.99.
Those would be a good pair of shoes. $2.99.99.
At least.
These are 40% off, but you also have to pay tax, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Plus 13% tax.
Tax.
Now, hint, this is going to be a multi-step problem.
So you're going to find the percent of a number.
Yep. You're going to have to take your $2.99, find 40% of it,
40% of that.
and then you have to
And then-
add on 13%.
Percent of tax. Perfect.
2 different steps, okay? Keep that in mind. Think we're okay? I think we're okay. So we're going to say, with our pink highlighter, oh, that A is horrible. Let's try that again. Thank
You.
Where'd that go? You. And let's see if we can make a face with this one. Beautiful.
Thank you, and we'll see you.
See you next time.